It has been more than 2 years since an Abilene police officer was attacked while on duty, responding to a convenience store holdup. Officer Mary Guitar was stabbed multiple times in the face by the robber she and another officer were chasing.
She's mostly recovered physically, but not mentally. She still suffers from PTSD and has battled substance abuse. Her attorney sharing why they took such a private matter and made it public. KTAB's Noah McKinney on how a police officer deals with PTSD for tonight's top story.
I am not comfortable under the circumstances with accepting that another 4 months things would be different.
It's our belief and our hope that this will allow sufficient time for Officer Guitar to return to full duty and faithfully continuing to serve the citizens of Abilene.
By a split vote of 4-3, the Abilene City Council has extended paid leave for APD officer Mary Guitar, who in 2020 was stabbed in the face and head while responding to a robbery at a South First convenience store.
Officer Guitar's physical wounds, thank God, healed relatively quickly,
leaving her alive but shaken. Now diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder and battling a chemical dependency, Guitar's attorney Zach Horn asserts that more time is needed to deal with the issues facing her.
These problems are too often dealt with in the shadows, or even worse, they're not dealt with at all.
No one would have ever wished this for an officer of our city.
Chief of Police Marcus Dudley Jr. asked that the extension be denied.
I think it's important that we point out all the things that the city has done up to this point.
Stating the department's stance that given past actions such as outbursts and relapses, more paid leave might not be beneficial.
We need to do something different.
Local therapist Erica Jordan reached out to shed some light on the issue.
Tugged at my heartstrings to see how much Officer Guitar has lost over the last few years.
Jordan says Guitar's 4-month request falls right in line with recovery standards for those with a chemical dependency.
Supportive resources are recommended through the 18-month mark after the initial sobriety,
putting Guitar, who is now 1 year sober, 6 months short of that window. Even so, Horn sees this vote as a victory for his client.
Officer Guitar is looking very forward to resuming her full duties as an Abilene police officer.
And for those yet to speak out,
she feels that if one other first responder finds strength and her courage to address these issues publicly, then today will have been completely worth it.
For BigCountryHomepage.com, I'm Noah McKinney.
Thank you, Noah. Chief Dudley issued a statement on the ruling, thanking the mayor and council and saying in part, we will continue to support our officer. The well-being of the women and men who serve remains as a priority, as is protecting our community.